from a mother. However, you will need nurturing, because they say no man's an island, right?
Yes.
No one can be alone, unless they absolutely choose that pathway. But then they choose that pathway. In India, for example, we have sannyas. Sannyas is when they discount, they give away everything that they have worldly. They they disconnect their relationships to their family members, to their friends, to their community, because they are so determined on only focusing on the one true connection that really matters is with God. And so they just shed away all those connections and just go sannyas, focus on God, and that's it.
That's hard for us to understand.
Absolutely.
So much, we hear so much about God within, and work, seeing the God within you, or namaste, seeing that, and to think of, letting go of our earthly duties seems difficult, but that's really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's accepted, it's a part of what you do, and it must be wonderful.
Well, for some, yes, but I would find it very hard to disconnect from my children, from my dogs.
Yes, I know, that's what I mean. I know, those little doggies and kitties.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's sort of like a different way of seeing that God within, but yet it's more difficult in a way, because here they are, little brats and cats and dogs and us, and yet to see that God and because to try to learn.
That love between the child or a pet is unconditional.
Yes, that's true.
A love between two partners is conditional.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
That's why relationships often can break on a dime, on a twig, on a dry leaf. The one minute the two people will be in love, and the next minute they can't stand each other.
It's true. Kids do that too. They just fight and scrap, and next minute they're walking away with their arms around each other. They're not holding on.
Because it's unconditional. You have unconditional love with the ones that you've been born with. Siblings, children, parents. Those loves are unconditional.
Now I want to say one more thing. I know I keep saying we're going to talk about children. We're going to talk about painting. An hour goes quickly, at least for me it does. I want to just say one thing. Now, sometimes we have problems with our earthly mothers.
Yes.
Since we're talking about that. And I know my mom and dad were very strong fundamentalist Christians and thought when I became a medium and so forth that, and I learned a lot there. I appreciate the fellowship and so forth.
Sure.
But it's like, it was very difficult to accept anything else. But it wasn't just that, it was difficult to accept anything else anyway.
From them, so not from you.
No.
Yeah.
When you get along with your parents, or it's a good kind of
a relationship, interactive,
like is emphasized there.
Sure.
It's not perfect, but you get along. It seems like I get along better with people. We get along better when there's just that openness and that love. And I wonder then if you don't have that. And it took me a long time to work through that.
Yeah, it does, especially because that is connected to your navel chakra.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask
you. Your third chakra, because that is connected to your ego. Then as you let go, the second chakra is more connected to the ego, because it's all about the outer self, the sexuality, the person, the way a person looks. You're very aware of everybody's looks around you.
Yes.
And the third chakra is where it's all about the heart.
Okay.
This is the heart with the navel.
Okay.
The heart chakra is different.
Okay.
This is the navel chakra. This is with.
Shall I hold this
sure, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
She's gonna get tired of zooming in,
that
but I wanted to
that is
see
signified with the triangle.
Okay.
Which is the triangle and the point going downwards.
Okay.
So it is about yourself as you are grounded in your relationships, especially to those that have nurtured you, you're connected to. That is a relationship with your parents, because they are the ones that is your inner group. And so, for example, for you, you were more open to them, but it's taken you years to work through that, because that is the first relationship that you encountered as a baby, as a child, as a teenager growing up. As adults, you realized they are way different in their thought than you are. You were more spiritual. They were also spiritual. Remember that, because they were church-going. However, based on the faith that they were following, they were not inclusive of other beliefs. And you did not become a medium. Remember that. Your path in this life was already predetermined, that you're going to come in at a level higher than an average person, where you're going to be very aware of your spiritual essence.
And they have such I'm just slobbering, but I really mean it, such respect and love for those that are your teachers.
Absolutely.
And I was just reading this week that a person who was called to be a pastor and a teacher, and how that respect and love was such a real thing, and there were people that were able to work with that, and there were others that couldn't. You're not going to tell me what to do. I tend to be that. Tell me what to do. You know.
Well,
what's going on there? Does that? And of course, we had to be careful because there were some charlatans that I ran into. But at the same time, there was this love and respect and this sense of someone who could help. You didn't have to tell you what to do, but there was help there. And I was wondering what you might say about that as far as chakras or about today. If maybe we could, what could you say? I just keep talking.
But see, as you realize that they were charlatans, right?
Yes.
There was a realization that came to you because you were grounded in your spirituality.
This is about me tonight. This is great. I love the Leo ascendant. It's about me. No, not really. I want to just hear this is good, though, because everyone out there can
relate to that.
We all have these relationships and so forth.
Absolutely. And so as your spirituality was extending itself, and as you were reaching out, and as people were reaching out to you, you were getting involved in spiritual intellect. Okay. Remember that, And as you were getting more grounded within yourself, and as your psychic ability was developing, your spiritual ability was developing as well.
Okay.
There will always be those that actually will take, and I get clients and go, well, I'm opening my heart chakra.
Yes.
And they're talking about their heart chakra in an essence as if they have already opened their lower chakras.
Oh,
and then I look at them and I can see psychically in their aura colors that those chakras are not grounded. They have not even released those tensions, those energies that need to be revolved, that revolve around it.
And they're working, and these aren't open.
These are not even open. It's not as if you can, pardon me?
I think you can have touches.
You can have
rise up and do a very altruistic thing, but to sustain that, you have to, I think you have to open.
Constant.
Is that right?
That's a constant.
Okay.
Constant. Not constant pressure, but like when we want to have nice, like you have beautiful teeth. So you must be brushing, you must be flossing, not really regularly, but you're doing it, right?
Why'd you say that? I was telling my husband, well, I didn't brush my teeth tonight.
But they look very beautiful.
I know, but it's so funny that you said, you psychic thing, you knew I had meat stuck in my teeth. Lettuce right there. No, but I see what you mean. I'm just joking.
So it requires constant attention.
Yes.
Yeah. As our physical body is hungry, we eat 3 meals a day plus some snacks. It's because the stomach is giving you a message telling you you're hungry. So you are in the process, whether you go buy a fast food sandwich or whether you prepare a gourmet meal, you're giving in the due process.
Right.
And that is a due process that is required by your everyday spirituality. You can't be spiritual one day a month and then the rest of the month you say, I don't have time for it.
Oh no.
No. It requires constant.
My dad is a fundamentalist minister, Sunday Christians. It's kind of mean, but in a way it had a meaning of we go on Sunday and we're Christians or whatever we are. We aren't Christians now, totally, but then the rest of the week it's like almost like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Almost like that. You know what I mean?
Sure, absolutely.
And this is calling for a real change.
Absolutely.
And I think the times
are calling for a change, Everyone has to learn that, you know what, the going was great, everyone was having fun, everybody was spending on Maya. Maya was the solution of worldly goods.
Tell us, little minds, what Maya is again.
Maya means